It's normally about 15 seconds. Okay, we're live with our first hangout for the Mossamelt Seaweek. Bit of static going on in the background there, not quite sure which microphone that is. So welcome to those who've joined. We've got James Oldfield from Unitech. And we have Matt Thompson, all the way from Otago. Ray O'Brien, also from Otago Polytech. We have Victoria Martin, who's from here at AUT, and myself. So we just thought we'd do a little bit of a welcome intro to Mossamelt, and because we're looking at streaming video this week, I thought a hangout would be appropriate to be able to do that. So hopefully there's some people actually watching the stream, maybe they're going to watch it later on the archive. So any questions at this point from you guys who've actually connected, or discussion points, or you want to say something about yourself? Maybe we'll get you all to actually introduce yourselves very briefly. So let's start with James.
Just unmute my microphone. So as Tom said, I'm James Oldfield from Unitech, involved in a bunch of mobile learning research with Tom, and basically I've been a teacher here for a while, teaching in the business area, and now I'm working as an academic advisor, providing a bit of support to academics around the place, particularly in e-learning.
Thanks, James. Okay, we're over to Matt.
Yeah, g'day. Matt Thompson from Otago Polytechnic. I've been working with various groups, working on mobile learning for the last year. And I just saw the Mossamelt group, thought I'd join in, and I've learned a surprisingly huge amount so far. But like James, I'm miles behind where I should be.
So what have you learned so far?
I was really interested in Vine. I was quite tickled with that. So I've been trying to do some Vine videos and trying to get students to record Vine videos to put in the e-portfolio.
Okay, how's that gone?
We've only just started the house build that we do down here with the students. So when they come back they're on a work experience block at the moment. When they come back next week, we wanted to get them to do some Vine videos or YouTube videos, because it would show much more learning than just recording photographs. And the other one was like making a layer on Google Maps. I really like that one. So I've started to add photos and place names into Google Maps to do with carpentry and the other things we're doing on the course.
Cool. And going to now on to Ray. Ray, if you want to introduce yourself. Oh, we've lost your audio again, Ray.
Yeah.
Hi. You're back.
There we go. I'm Ray O'Brien, work down at Otago Polytechnic, and I'm in OP Online, which is the e-learning design and development team at Otago Poly.
Cool. So have you worked with Matt at all? Or?
I think the first time I met Matt was when we met you down here a couple of months ago. So I only started here just before the beginning of the year, so still a new kid on the block.
Right, and you're from the UK somewhere, I presume?
Yeah, but not for quite some time now. But yeah, originally from Scotland.
Right, cool. Yeah. Okay, and Vikal has joined us. So Vikal, do you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, right, yes, so I'm from AUT. I've actually met most of you. I've met Ray, Matt, and how can we forget Mr. Bond? Yeah, so I'm working at AUT as an academic advisor. Yep, and also part of the Mossamelt.
Okay, thank you, Vikal. And Victoria, do you want to unmute your mic and introduce yourself? I'll mute mine while you do. You need to unmute first.
Hello. Hi, my name is Victorio. I work here in CFLAT AUT with Tom and Vikal. I'm part of the Mossamelt team. My role actually is a digital producer and media designer. So I don't teach, but I work, or my work is related to learning and teaching, and I'm happy to be part of the Mosomel team. Yeah.
Cool, thanks, Victoria. And I see Lucy has joined us as well. Lucy, can you hear us?
I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Excellent. Yes, we can. You're a little bit quiet, but can you just introduce yourself to everyone else here?
Yep, certainly. I'm a learning designer here at University of Auckland. I completed a master's in mobile learning and stuff, referencing lots of your very useful papers back in 2013. Prior to that, I've been teaching.
Cool. And I presume you noticed that we gave you a bit of a plug for one of your papers on the Mosomel community.
Thank you.
It's a good paper, so I recommend everyone to read it. Okay, well, welcome to everyone who's joined us, and to those who are watching the stream live or later on. So Vic or myself and Victoria just thought we'd perhaps talk a little bit about the project bank, because what we're wanting to do in this sort of second half of the first part of Mosomel is really get people sharing their own projects around some of the mobile tools that we're looking at, and we're just not quite sure that people have got the idea or the hang of the project bank. So I'm going to try turning on screen mirroring and show you the project bank. So let's just get this happening here. Right, so that should be coming through.
It is.
Excellent. Okay. So here we are. We're on mosomel.org. Now, Victoria put together a bit of an ecology diagram of the main tools we're using for Mosomel. So it includes WordPress.com, which is mosomel.wordpress.com. It's the outline of the CMOOC of the activities, and it's also where we've kind of recommended that people create their own blogs or journals, but some people using other platforms, that's fine. Mosomel.org is our own install of WordPress, which allows us to customize it, and we've used a template from Alan Levine for the project bank. Unfortunately, we couldn't do this on WordPress.org, WordPress.com, so that's why we've ended up with two separate sites. And because Alan designed this as a theme, we couldn't actually put this, the whole sort of what we wanted to do with WordPress.com onto mosomel.org. So it's ended up with this kind of these two split tools. So here on mosomel.org, we've got several things. It's the sign-up page. So when you signed up for Mosomel, you probably recall this is where you went to put your details in so we could contact you and get you to be part of the group. Second thing is the project bank, and you can see we've got add new and view all. And then the final thing is participant blog. So when you signed up, you would have given us a link to your blog, and what we're doing here is just curating people's blogs, and as they post stuff, the feed comes in here, and hopefully people are reading each other's blog posts and giving some comments. You can see one or two of them have some comments, which is good. So the main idea we're looking at for this part of the CMOOC is the project bank, and the idea is it's about what you guys are creating, about what the participants are creating, not about us as a team running the CMOOC of delivering content. What we're trying to do is just design some ideas for you to be able to think about, some activities. So if we view all on the project bank here, you can see we've tried to break these up into the various topics that we're looking at over these current 6 weeks. So the first one was image sharing, and if we click on it, you can see there's 3 projects that people have uploaded there. And really what you do when you go to the project bank is describe a project and then have a link to an example of that project which is online somewhere. So you're not actually uploading stuff apart from an icon, you're actually putting a description of your project. So part of the idea of the project bank is that you get a rating. So you can see Let's Street Us has 2 votes and the average is 3 stars. The Evidence in Action has 2 votes and the average is 2 stars. And if we scroll down, we'll see that David, who was the first one to post his, has got an average of 1.5 stars. So although he was first, it probably wasn't, most detailed project, but good on him for going first. And then if we actually click on the project, you can also see that the number of views they've had. So there's 99 views for Let's Street Us. Clicking on it, you can see the details of the project. And in this case, it's just a very brief overview and some example links for the project from Laurent, and then he's got a link to a Google Plus post where he actually talks a bit more about what the project is and has an example. So that's kind of the idea, is that over these few weeks, these activities, what we want people to do is to come up with some cool ideas of how they could use some of these tools in their own teaching practice and context, share those with each other on the project bank, and rate each other's projects, comment on them, and maybe even reuse them. So to upload, you click on the Add New menu, and it's just a basic form that you fill out. So you choose which week it's for, which activity it is. By default, it will give you a 1-star rating unless you change that. So you might want to give yourself, 3 or 4 stars, depending on how good you think it is. And then you give it a title. You paste a URL to an example that's online. You give it a project description. Upload an image as an icon, something that has relevance to what the project is. Pop in your name, etc. So any tag words. So that's the project bank. So I think I'll flick back and turn off screen mirroring, and there we go. So does that make sense to you guys, what we're trying to do with the project bank? Are there any questions on the project bank? Stunned silence. Apart from James just being too lazy to do it, have there been any technical issues in accessing the project bank by anyone? No, cool, okay. So what I'd like to encourage you to do is actually to view the project bank, even if you haven't uploaded something, but we'd like you to, just to start sharing some ideas. So it's not just our ideas all the time, but really love you to rate the projects that have been uploaded there, comment on them, and the same with each other's blog posts. Make sure you interact so that we're just not all these sort of lonely souls doing our own thing as part of this CMOOC. So unless there's any other burning questions or issues, we might sign off our first Hangout there. So I'll give everyone a last chance.
Well, do you want to do this again in a week, and then probably give us a bit more instantaneous feedback, and we can talk about each other's, because I should probably get on.
Sounds like a great plan, Matt.
Yep.
Yeah, let's do this again next week. So it gives people a week to hopefully upload something and comment and rate and be interactive. Excellent.
Sounds good.
Hey, thanks everyone for turning up. Good to see you. So we'll sign off now, and the archive will go live. It'll be inside the G Plus community and also on YouTube. Okay, thanks. See ya.
Right. See ya.
Yeah.
See you next week.
Thank you.